Hey, my creative friends. Welcome to my brand new art vlog series, The Artist's Journey. I've decided to redo my vlog series and basically my whole art path. This is a brand new beginning in my art career. So I want to jumpstart things, make sure I do things right. So that means going back to the fundamentals and also just reevaluating everything that I do. Ultimately, my goal is to be a full-time artist. Hopefully with these lessons you can apply it to your own art path. So let's get started. Alright folks, here are my top 7 priorities to jumpstart your art career. Now these are specific for my art career, but I'm sure most of these can be tweaked a little bit to work with your art career. Now one of the first things that can help you keep you on track for your career is looking at art career podcasts and websites. Now these aren't just the same as regular art podcasts or art websites. These are focused specifically on your career. One of the good ones that I found out is something called Perspective Collective. Along with that, which is still part of number 1, is look into the specific field that you're going into. What I want to do is do fantasy illustration for adult coloring books. So I actually found a book of how-to on the business of that. So whatever you're trying to get into, make sure you research the business path going forward. Number 2 is to talk with your family about your career or your education. Now this may be obvious to some of you, but others not so much. Your family needs to know how serious you are about progressing on your art career. And it's not just a little hobby that you're doing on the side, that you actually want to do this full time. So getting along with your family to make sure that everyone understands what you're trying to do and everybody's on the same page of it working out. Sometimes you may still have to have other priorities like your job and taking care of the kids, for example. With talking with them, you can find out where your priorities should lie. Number 3 is focus on a daily priority system. Now from the podcast I mentioned above, Perspective Collective, he has a daily priority system. The main gist of it is make sure that your P1 priority, your highest priority stuff is what you do first. It doesn't have to be art related. Sometimes people focus, I think most of the time people focus on what's most pressing, like something is due tomorrow, I need to get that done. Of course those are important too, but what's really important to you is put on the back burner. You're not going to get into like whatever, a week, a month, a year, or never. Number 4 is help others selflessly and have meaningful interactions. For me, this was mainly geared to my issues with social media, and especially for YouTube and the random comments people do and expecting to comment back. So now I'm not really going to consider like minor comments on, I'll reply back to them because those are pretty easy to do. But as far as like, going to somebody's site and chatting with them, just like a, little message on their video after watching it, I'm not going to do that unless I have like a meaningful interactions. So that means that I'll have less interactions, but they'll all be meaningful to me. And I'll only comment on either something that I specifically like, that's interesting to me. For example, I like Lord of the Rings stuff, or if the person, I have like a rapport going with that person. So even though I may not be into exactly what their social media or YouTube is about, if I have an interaction with them that I like this person, then I'll be more interested in what they're interested in. Now number 5 is closely related to that. It's again with the niche interactions. For me, the 3 things are Tolkien fantasy, my Catholic spiritual beliefs, and also doing adult coloring book illustrations. So I recently just joined some Facebook and Discord groups that are associated with that, and I actually enjoy on those groups more because they're topics that are related to the niche that I plan to be working in. Number 6 is something that's really important to me. Well, all these are important, but this is the thing that was really bothering me, is not having enough time to do art. The fix for that, at least for me, is to make sure to do social media at the end of the day, not the first thing after work. See, for me, I have a day job. And then what I was previously doing is after work, do all my minor chores, eat dinner, and then go straight to do the social media stuff. And then after I do a bunch of that, interacting with people, watching people's videos, commenting, etc. I get kind of tired. That takes about like an hour or so, or maybe longer, depending on how many YouTube videos I need to watch. It's always just taking up too much time, and then I didn't have enough time for artwork, or just too tired to do artwork. So now I told myself, okay, just do your artwork, and if that takes all day, all night for me, because I do this in the evening, and that takes all night, and you can't do other things like social media, then so be it. But if I have some time to spare after the artwork, and then I can only comment on the posts that are meaningful to me. So do that at the end of the day. Number 7 is kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Now for me, the example I'm giving is the Tolkien artwork. So I plan to do the Tolkien illustrations, and one of the ideas I have for videos besides these vlogs is to do chapter readings from Tolkien books. For me, the killing 2 birds with 1 stone is doing the adult coloring book illustrations and using that video to produce a chapter reading video. And I'll have the artwork that's ready for my adult coloring book. Okay, I lied. I have one more that's closely related to number 3. And that's to have a daily journal. I think the most important thing with having a daily journal is that you can go over your thoughts from the day, or even just from the past week, by looking over your journal and to see if your priorities were correct, and see how you are moving along on your path towards success. Now I want to end this with some haikus that I wrote from my journal. Eventually I'll have like 1 per day, so 7 for the entire week. But for this first week, I only have 2, so here they are. Fundamentals learned. Ignite your passions anew. The artist's journey. Social media. Time's limited very much. Realign your day. Alright, my friends, God bless, and until next time, bye.